Good morning dear students. Today we will discuss about different types of AC circuits. Now so far we have learned, discussed and also worked with simple circuits. That is the circuits which contain battery, resistance, rheostat and key. But unlike simple circuit, AC circuits contain some other elements. That is inductor, capacitor. We will discuss later one by one. In simple circuit, from Ohm's law we know that is the current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across it. It means as soon as we apply some voltage, current starts flowing through it. It means when there is no voltage, no current. In maximum cases, there are some exceptional case also. If resistance is 0, then according to V equals to IR, V is equal to 0. In spite of V is equal to 0, current can flow if resistance is 0. It means if wire is thick enough, it is an exceptional case. But in general, when voltage is minimum, current is minimum. When voltage is maximum, current also reaches its maximum value. So in that case, we may say that there is no phase difference between voltage and current in case of simple circuit. Means when it contains only resistance, which is called the active element. Okay. Now what do you mean by phase? Now in class 11 you have already gone through a simple harmonic motion, and I can hope you have already acquainted. You are already acquainted with this term of phase or the phase difference. What do you mean by phase? Phase means being in the same condition, same state of condition. When voltage is minimum, current is also minimum. Voltage is maximum, current is also maximum. So when both are in the same condition, it means they are in the phase, same phase. Or when they are in opposite, they means they are out of phase. If voltage is maximum, current is minimum. Voltage is minimum, current maximum. It means they are out of phase. Or absolutely opposite phase. Very simple example that is because suppose there are two friends. After watching a particular movie or after reading a story or watching any incident, suppose one friend, both are smiling, both are happy. Okay. So it means since both are happy, they are in the same state of condition. It means they are in the same page. In that case, we will say they are in the same page. But after watching a movie, one friend is crying and one friend is laughing or smiling. So it means they are totally in the opposite page. Clear or out of. So this is phase. So now first we will see the AC circuit which contains only resistance. Since it is contains only resistance means resistor. So this is called, so when an AC circuit contains only resistance, in that case that circuit is called purely resistive. Pure means it contains since nothing else without resistance, so that's why it is pure resistance, no other elements is present here. So in that case AC circuit is called purely resistive circuit. So let's see. You can see the diagram. Okay, resistance offered by the resistance of the conductor. Now this is the supplied or the applied voltage. That is nothing but V is equal to V0 sine omega t, which is nothing but AC voltage, that is alternating voltage. And this is the symbol of AC voltage due to its graphical representation. In last video we saw the graphical representation of AC voltage, which was nothing but the sine function. This is called sinusoidal voltage. Current is also sinusoidal because of the term sine omega t, and it varies with time t. First of maximum, then minimum, already discussed. Having same frequency. Why? Frequency of the current, since having same angular velocity. The coil, isn't it? The coil was rotating with angular velocity. So the supplied or applied voltage V equals to V0 sine omega t, where V0 is, we know, that is the peak value of the voltage or the maximum voltage. Now what will be the current in the circuit? Obviously it will be I equals to I0 sine omega t. How? If we divided it by resistance R from Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. So I equals to V by R, already showed, isn't it, in the last video. So V0 by R sine omega t, V0 by R is the peak value of the current. So this is equation number 2. Now if we compare these two equations, isn't it, clearly you can see sine omega t means they are in same page. There is no other thing, plus theta, minus theta, plus phi, minus phi. It means both are equally happy or equally unhappy, isn't it? So we may call they are in the same phase. That's why we are in phase means no phase difference. Clear? Now we will try to find out their graphical representation. Now we have plotted a graph towards x-axis. We have just plotted the angle. Okay, the angular displacement, that is the rotation. So this is theta. What is theta? Omega t. Since omega is equal to theta by t, so theta is equal to omega t. So we can write instead of theta omega t also. And along y-axis we have plotted both voltage and current. Okay. Now this is the graphical representation of the AC voltage or current. Sinusoidal we have already seen in the last video. The upper curve represents the alternating voltage, whereas the dotted line, okay, the AC current is represented by, expressed by the dotted line. Clear? Now you can see they are in the same page. Why? Because when V reaches its maximum value, that is, it creates crest. I also creates crest. So crest, then again trough, isn't it? So both are in the same page. If current was in crest, when V is crest and I in opposite is in trough, or it is in trough, it is crest, then in this case, then we could say they are in opposite phase. But they are in opposite phase. Both when V reaches maximum value, I also maximum reaches, which is indicated by V0 and I0. And the opposite, it is also minus V0 and minus I0, we can say, isn't it? This is pi. Why? This is for first half rotation. We know in case of a circle for half, it is pi angle, or we can say in through this pi, then again pi, twice pi. So up to pi it completes one rotation in first half cycle, then in opposite direction. So it's pi and 2 pi. Now why V is at the above top and I is just below? Because we all know that the value of the domestic voltage in our household circuit, isn't it? In our house, the supplied voltage is 200 volt or 220 volt, whereas current is maximum 5 or 6 or 7 ampere. So because of its magnitude, since the magnitude of V is high, it is 200 or 220, and I is 5 or 6 ampere. So that's why V, the graph of V is the above and I is just below it. Clear? So this is the phase relationship. Now next diagram we will try to understand. You can see the same graph, that is theta is plotted towards x-axis, voltage and current along y-axis. Now you can see the maximum value of the alternating voltage and current are represented by arrow, that is by the vectors, isn't it? So they are represented by vectors. So when alternating voltage and alternating current are represented by rotating vectors, and you can see they are also rotated by an angle theta, since theta omega t. Why omega t? Because omega is equal to theta by t. So theta is equal to omega t in the anti-clockwise direction. After rotating an angle omega t in the anti-clockwise direction, they reaches in here value. Okay, in here. And this straight line, you can see both I0 and V0 are on the same straight line, which represents their same phase, isn't it? Since I0 and V0 is the maximum or peak value of voltage of alternating voltage, I0 is the peak value of alternating currents. Both lie on the same line, means they are in the same phase, okay, or in phase. Clear? Now these are called phasors, V0 and I0. So it means when alternating voltage and current are represented by rotating vectors, they are called phasors. Why? Now if we break or divides, isn't it, this word phasors means creators of phase. So since they are solely responsible for creating phase, that is the creators of phase, phasors, they generally create phase. And this is the diagram which shows the phase difference between these two, that is the alternating voltage and current. Clear? So when alternating voltage and current are represented by rotating vectors, they are called phasors, and the diagram which shows the phase difference between these two through an angle, that diagram is called phasor diagram. Okay. Now this phase difference arises because of some passive elements, which we will see in the next video. Clear? So this is about the AC circuit which contains resistance only. When this is pure, so in case of pure resistive circuit or pure resistive AC circuit, voltage and current are in phase, and phasor diagram V0 I0 is called phasors. Moves on to circuit contains only inductance. It means AC circuit contains only inductance, nothing else. In this case, we can also, like previous, since it was purely resistive circuit, here we can say it is purely inductive circuit. So when circuit is purely inductive, and I can hope and I know you are very much familiar. So far you are very much familiar with this term inductance, which we saw in case of discussion of self-induction. That is, the coefficients of self-induction is called self-inductance. Clear? It means when the circuit will contain inductance or inductor, it means when we twist the wire or conductor, a straight conductor, and give it a spiral shape, means when it will take the shape of a coil. In that case, it turn into, instead of resistance, it contains, that is called inductor, and it is called inductance. Remember one thing, as I have told earlier, as long as a conductor is straight, it contains only resistance, pure resistance. But if we twist the wire and give it the spiral form and turn into coil, isn't it? It contains inductance. Why? You all know. Because when it becomes a coil, a current carrying coil becomes a magnet. So a current will start to flow due to change in flux. Back EMF will be induced due to Lenz's law, which will reduce its original voltage. And due to this back EMF voltage, isn't it? Current will be induced, and the constant, which is called coefficient of self-induction, which is called self-inductance. So let's see. And because of this induction, we will see how phase difference is occurs. Why? Okay. Now here also there is only one change. The current in the previous case circuit was a straight, but here we just twisted it and give it a spiral form and made it a coil. Same applied voltage, alternating voltage V is equal to V0 sin omega t. Now since we have already learned, we already know, from the self-induction, that is the induced back EMF in circuit, the induced voltage, which is also called back EMF or back voltage in circuit on the coil, you can say L di dt. How? Let's see the earthhook here. Because from self-induction we know the change in flux is directly proportional to its flow of current. Phi proportional to I. Very easy. So if we take the constant, phi is equal to Li, where L is a constant, which is called self-inductance. So EMF from Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, of second law of induction, that is EMF, induced EMF is equal to negative rate of change of flux. That is minus is due to Lenz's law, d phi dt. So if we d phi dt, then L is constant minus L di dt. Minus is due to Lenz's law, opposing its reason. So in the place of E we can write, that is the back EMF voltage is equal to L di dt. Here we have considered only its magnitude. Negative sign we have just ignored. So now net voltage. What is the original voltage? The original supplied alternating voltage was V0 sin omega t. Now since it's back EMF, whose function is to reduce the original voltage and current, we have already learned. So net voltage V0 sin omega t minus, since it reduces back original current, induced current, original voltage, back EMF, minus L di dt. So now we will apply Ohm's law, that is V equals to IR. So what is the V? Net voltage here equals to IR. This is 0. Why 0? See, only inductance, no resistance here. Purely inductive circuit, no resistance, since resistance 0 from Ohm's law. So now we will just expression, we will just derivative. So L di dt, make easier L di dt calculation. L di dt is equal to V0 sin omega t, di dt L V0 by L sin omega t. So di equals to V0 by L sin omega t dt here. Now we will integrate to get the current. To integration of di, V0 by L is a constant term. It will take, it will be the outside sin omega t dt. So y is equal to V0 by L sin omega t into dt. So it is minus, because integration of sin omega t is equal to minus cos omega t by omega equals to minus V0 omega t cos omega t. Now V0 omega into sin omega t minus pi by 2. Why? Now you know the formula sin A minus B. Sin A minus B is sin A cos B, means cos 90. First term is 0. Minus second term exists. Cos A sin B means cos omega t sin 90. Sin 91, so that's why minus omega t cos omega t. So we have written minus cos omega t in this form. So now V0 by omega L equals to I0. Which is the maximum of peak value. Why? Because the maximum value of sin omega t minus pi by 2 is equal to 1, because we know the sin 90 equals to 1. So when it is maximum value means when omega t is equal to pi by 2. So when Sine function reaches its maximum value, we can say that case, in that case the current is also maximum, that is I is equal to I0 sin omega t minus pi by 2. Give name the equation 2. Now look at equation 1 and 2 and compare. Now in the first case 1 and 2, sin omega t, no phase difference, but here you can see sin omega t minus pi by 2. It is minus pi by 2. Clear? It means who is lagging, who is leading? Since in the expression of alternating current it is minus pi by 2, so here we can clearly say here current is lagging the voltage. It means current is behind. Voltage is already reached its maximum value, but current has not reached. It is just behind the voltage. So this is current lags behind voltage. By how much? By angle pi by 2, because of minus pi by 2. If it was plus pi by 2, then we could say that the current is leading the voltage. In this case, current is lagging behind voltage by an angle pi by 2, or we can say voltage is leading current by angle pi by 2. Both are same. Lagging pi by 2. So this is the reason, because of containing of passive element. This is called passive element, as I told in the previous case. When AC circuit contains only pure resistance, pure resistance called active element. But when it contains L, that is inductor, that is inductance, it is called passive elements. So when AC circuit contains some passive elements, then in that case we can see the phase differences between voltage and current. Then in that case it doesn't follow the Ohm's law, that is voltage will maximum, current maximum, voltage minimum, current minimum. Why? Because resistance doesn't depend on frequency, but inductance depends on the frequency. Clear? And because of this frequency, voltage and current differs by an angle. Okay? Because of the variation in frequency. Okay? So here we have taken the value I0 is equal to V0 by omega L. Clear? So V0 by XL, omega L instead of omega L, it is written XL, where XL equals to omega L equals to 2 pi FL. Why? Since omega is equal to 2 pi by T, 1 by T equals to F, frequency, so 2 is pi FL. It is called inductive reactance of coil or in the circuit. Inductive reactance. It means what is its implication? What is its function? Its function is just like resistance, to oppose, to create problem, or it opposes, prevents the flow in the alternating current or voltage. Clear? So that's why it's called inductive reactance. One is inductive reactance, reaction of the inductance. That is called inductive reactance, because of inductance reacts, reactional resistance. It is called inductive reactance. It creates, okay, it opposes, it always creates some problem, okay, it always prevents, opposes, trying to stop the flow of alternating current. Okay, opposition of, it offers opposition or resistance the flow of alternating currents. That's why it is called inductive reactance of the coil and the circuit. Now from this relation you can see XL is directly proportional to frequency. What does it mean? If frequency increases, its inductive reactance decreases. Why? Because if F increases, if current, it means if the frequency of the current increases, then more current will pass, and due to more current, isn't it, more inductance will create, isn't it? That capacitive inductance, isn't it? Sorry, its inductive reactance will be more, L will be more. So due to more flow of current, change of flux will be more, and due to self-inductance will be more, which in turn increases inductive reactance, means it will offer more opposition, it will be more stronger, isn't it? So it will be of highest order. Increase in inductance will be more, and it will offer more, it will offer more, the high rate of opposition in flowing of alternating current. So it means which will oppose, it creates more opposition in flow of alternating current, more frequency, more flow of current, more change in flux, more inductance, more inductive reactance in higher rate of opposition to the flow of alternating current. So that's why if we plot a graph, it will just be a straight line following Ohm's law, isn't it? If we plot F and XL through it, it will be a straight line. Clear? Now what will be its phasor, phase relationship and phase diagram? Now in the previous case, they are in the same phase, but here current is lagging by angle pi by 2. So in this case current and voltage, alternating current and voltage cannot lie on the same line. So here, since it is, isn't it, since current is behind by angle pi by 2, that is 90 degree, so voltage is already, isn't it, so voltage has already reached its maximum value by rotating an angle omega t, it is theta, but current is 90 degree behind, so the current cannot rotate in clockwise direction. Rather than that, it will rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So how we will get 90 degree straight line? So we may draw a perpendicular that is at 90 degree like this. So this is 90, isn't it? So this is 90 degree. Very easy straight line. If we draw 90 degree, we will have to draw 90 degree like this. So it will represents I0, and here we will show, isn't it, the rotation of I0 in clockwise direction, and this is, it represents lagging by 90 degree minus पीछे है, so that's why clockwise. So if we want to make it behind, we will have to draw in the clockwise direction. What will be its phase relationship? So since, isn't it, we have already drawn the same phase diagram, the phase relationship. Now why? Now how? In this means, it means when voltage will be maximum, current will be minimum. Current is maximum, voltage will be minimum. So it cannot start from here. So here it will start from this. Okay, look at this. When voltage is maximum, current is minimum. This is pi by 2. Pi 3 pi by 2. Why? Now when voltage is maximum, since it is lagging by pi by 2, it means when voltage is maximum, which is indicated by its crest, then you can see at pi by 2, there is 1/4 rotation, isn't it? It is 0. Then when current reaches its maximum value, you can see voltage is 0. The dotted line represents the graph of the current, and the continuous line is as usual the voltage. You can see the voltage is maximum. Look at this particular time, though it should be here. It may be due to some error in drawing. So when voltage is maximum, current is minimum. When current is maximum, then voltage is minimum. When again voltage is negative maximum, current is minimum. When current is again maximum, isn't it? It will be like that. Then it will be peak. Then it will be minimum. So it will be the phase relationship of AC circuit contains inductance or inductor only. Clear? So from inductance, when AC circuit contains inductance, we get a new term which is called inductive reactance, which offers the opposition of flow of alternating current. Next, we are going to discuss about, we will see circuit contains only capacitance, that is the capacitor. Okay,